Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's Thursday, May 24th, 2018. I'm out working in the central garden again. First thing this morning I decided I am going to go ahead and start amending the beds with some compost. I'll actually be driving up over the beds since they're really firm and compacted down. I'll be broad forking them and then using the rotary harrow on that next in the future. But since I'm going to be using compost, I'm going up to the mature compost pile that I have that was finished last fall. The problem with that is I left the compost pile uncovered because I put perennial plants, some currants, some thornless blackberry plants, all in pots, and I put them around the perimeter, and then I pulled the compost down around the pots to keep them protected so the root zones didn't freeze over the winter time. They all did very well, survived. I think maybe 2 or 3 of the plants may not have survived. But first thing this morning I went ahead with Pepe, the little utility vehicle, went up, collected those, put those over in the west garden, the one we did a few days ago or last week, the one that has the kennel panels around it. So what I've got to do, the next thing I did was I came over to the beds here, even though I had done the major weeding out yesterday and moved the weed mats and removed the drip tape. The beds are dry enough today to get the stirrup hoe out. First thing I did was put a new sharp edge on the stirrup hoe. And I do recommend using the little belt sander type tool that hopefully it shows up. I've got the GoPro on my chest. Hopefully putting an edge on it shows up in the video. But I do recommend putting an edge on that. Now I'll probably use that. I don't use it all the time, but that tool is real handy in the beginning of the season. When the weed seeds first start to germinate, just run that stirrup hoe through there so quickly. If it's got a good sharp edge on it, and it'll disrupt those roots, the roots will be exposed, it'll become desiccated because of the solar exposure and all, and dry right out and die. So I did that first. It'd be great if it gets real hot today and tomorrow to do it again, or even 3 times, just to make sure that I'm resurfacing each one of those little weed seeds. They're programmed to be able to withstand anything. Too bad our garden vegetables weren't as hardy as some of the weeds. But anyways, I went through the garden first thing with that. Now I'm going to get on Optimus Prime, the big tractor with a front end loader. And what I've got to do is, because new weed seeds had blown in on the surface of the compost pile, I got to scrape some of those off and turn the compost over. Then I'm going to start bringing compost down and adding compost to some of these beds. I just got a load of weed seeds when I was trying to record this. I just got a load of wood chips, much better than weed seeds. And we'll see how that is. If it's really bony, I may not be using that in between the beds and all. We'll just have to see. So I've got the GoPro strapped to my chest. Not sure how well the video is going to show up, because I've discovered this camera wants to shoot either straight ahead or it wants to shoot down, and I really don't have an apparatus other than tilting it. I can tilt it. But if I hook up 2 more hooks on it to make it turn that side, the way you would be hoeing or doing the cultivating, it gets too wobbly. If anyone's got an idea on how to make the GoPro on your chest strap more steady and still be able to direct it where your hands are actually working, so I can show first person how, record it as if it were the first person, you or me, doing the work, so you could see the techniques I use. Please leave a comment below. I'd really like to get any other tips or tricks on how to use this tool more effectively. So I'm going to go jump on Optimus Prime and see if we can get going. Well, I'm back. It's still the same day. I hope the GoPro footage turned out okay. The compost pile up front there that I was getting the compost from, it's down to a small amount. I got most of the rows topped off as much as I wanted to get them topped off and reshaped. Building them up over time. Ultimately, I'll be using a rotary plow to plow up the paths and all after all of the wood chips have completely decomposed and all. But for now, for this season, I've made some more headway. I've got a lot more to do, but it's about 6:30 and I'm a bit tuckered out. So I'm going to call it a day. I hope this was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you like this, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and share it at will. And hit that bell icon if you want to be notified when I post another video. Well, thanks so much, folks, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye now.